Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Critically Hilarious. Or at least I hope it's hilarious. Because I can be critical, but I don't know if anyone's going to think this is funny, so... whatever. It's whatever. Okay, so, today we have an awesome little tale. I guess awesome is subjective. It's called Immersion. And I'm just going to go right ahead and begin. I don't want to hold up too long, so here we go. Just this afternoon, at a random time, we really don't know where this story is taking place or what time it's taking place. So, just this afternoon, though, I was perusing with little X, little arm thing after that, looking for a Creepypasta thread, when I found a certain ritual. It was a ritual that anyone could do, and the poster claimed that it could make any horror game experience more immersive. Oh, comma in the wrong place, and you just found a ritual on the Creepypasta thread and decided, why not? Okay, alright. I honestly thought it was a troll pasta at first, since the ritual itself sounded like it was written with the list of Creepypasta cliches and a random number generator. Okay. Yeah, I mean... then why would you do it? I feel like that would just... okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so we're doing the ritual. Since I don't believe in the supernatural, I saw no harm in trying it out. I thought to myself that if a placebo can have an effect on the user by making them expect it, then maybe this ritual will help me get to my head in the... help me to get my head in the right space for a survival horror game. Yeah, I don't know if that's how placebos work. Or at least... I guess tricking yourself into believing something scary is going to happen and then being scared? Sure. I mean, it doesn't sound like you're a very scary or, frightful person, so... especially since you said you don't believe in the supernatural. So sure, whatever. Yeah, you just... whatever reason you want to do this for. For reasons that will be obvious later, I won't tell you what the ritual was, but I did perform it later that night. Wow. That was such a small little build-up to something you didn't even tell us about. It's not good when one of the first things in your story is the most important thing that makes the ghost appear is something you can't describe. So why tell us about it? Maybe somehow ease us into it in a different way. But don't say that you just won't tell us what it is until later. That's weird. Okay, whatever. So then he goes on. When it didn't send a chill down my spine or make me hear whispering or do anything else supernatural, I decided to get some real scares playing my favorite indie survival horror game, Project Zomboid. I don't know if that game is something I would consider scary enough that a ritual that might have some effect on your real life would, it's a video game. Okay, yeah, sure. So he didn't hear any whispering, which is very, specific. He didn't have a chill down his spine, which, okay, but make him hear whispering. And then generally, in a general statement, anything else supernatural. Just to cover it all, that way he didn't have to say anything else. Okay. I choose to play in sandbox mode. I chose, I guess I really don't know. Sometimes I can't tell what time he's past, present, future tense. Well, not future, but past or present. I picked police officer as my profession. I then took prone to illness and hearty appetite. Those negative traits gave me enough points to take the positive trait strong. Okay, so obviously people who haven't played the game, you'll have to look that up, but yeah, we'll keep going. As the game's map and items loaded behind the scenes, I didn't think anything of the opening text in capitals. These are the end times. There was no hope of survival. This is how you died. Oh. Why didn't you think anything of the opening text? What does that mean? I can't remember. Does that show up? These are the end times. There was no hope of survival. This is how you died. That shows up, right? Project Zomboid? Well, regardless, you can't tell us, oh, I didn't really think anything of it, and then mention it like it's important. That just sounds weird. Okay. So... Let's see what else this author has planned for us. This game started out like any other. Now, no it didn't. Because I'm sure every game has a different opening. I mean, maybe it says press start somewhere. Well, it doesn't because it's a PC game, so it doesn't say press start. So I was in a generic 2-story house on the southeast side of Knox County. As I thoroughly searched the place, I found no weapons, enough food for a week, and 1 bottle of antidepressants. Out of context, this game sounds very odd. It does, especially if you're not playing it. It's like, what? But he found no weapons, and then he found enough food for about a week. Okay, well, don't mention the weapons. Just mention what you found. Okay, this wouldn't do. I had to go search for a weapon. You could have completely got, you could have said, I hadn't found a weapon yet, so I needed to, my next objective was to search for one, or something, I don't know. Okay, without checking out the window, because there's zombies out there, but I won't check just in case. I opened the front door. I guess he's making artificial horror, because he didn't check out the window, so he's just going to go outside and hope nothing's out there. Oh, I was met with the usual scare chord the game plays when the player gets startled. Coming face to face with a zombie who was waiting outside. Oh, see, now looking out the window would have saved him there, but he didn't want to. Conveniently for the plot. Having played this game before, I had seen in this exact situation several times. I had been. Wow, okay, well, let's retry that. Having played this game before, I had been in this exact situation several times, well, I would imagine. So I immediately shut the door and made my character take an antidepressant to calm his nerves. That just sounds bad. It seemed like my imagination was playing tricks on me. But the scare chord sounded louder than usual, and that one zombie took up more of my field of vision than he should have. Alright, first, but the scare. Okay, yes, that's incorrect. Second, because something sounds a little louder than usual and the zombie took up more of his field of vision, it was his imagination playing tricks on him? Why? I mean, I don't think most people wouldn't have noticed that, and if they had, it would have gone away immediately because, oh, the sound was a little louder? Okay, just turn your sound down a little bit. Oh, the zombie took up more of my field of vision? Oh, maybe he was kind of close. Or, I don't know. That doesn't even make any sense. Alright, moving on. Due to the zombie, going outside stopped sounding like such a good idea. So I double-checked every cabinet in the house for any weapons. You gotta leave sometime. Due to the zombie... Yeah, okay. And it's a weird structured sentence as well. As my avatar became drowsy, I still couldn't find so much as a hammer, so I went upstairs and went to sleep, hoping that the zombie would lose interest and go away. That's a smart tactical idea. There was something off about the "would you like to go to sleep" message, but I couldn't put my finger on it. What do you mean? Well, there's something off about it. It looks like a regular sentence. It looks like the exact sentence you would... Yeah, you're just artificially creating it. Like, there's nothing there. There's no scary vibe or interesting plot device you can use there except for that. Yeesh. When I woke up, this is the part where things started getting really weird. You don't have to tell us it's going to get weird. You could just tell us what happened. Due to my hearty appetite trait, I woke up hungry. My character would have to wait since I just realized how hungry I was in real life. Okay, I was hoping to pause the game and get a snack, but that's when I noticed what had been slightly strange when I tried to go to sleep. The game refused to pause. What? How did you notice? How was this end up being what you noticed during that? The game refused to pause, but you went to sleep anyway? What? Oh my gosh. The pause button didn't show up on the HUD. The game didn't pause when I was getting ready to go to sleep the way it usually does. Oh, okay. And clicking on where the button should be did nothing. Oh. I was gonna say, that's such a wild assumption. Still, ooh, it didn't pause, whoop-de. At this point, things were getting too weird. Ha! Oh my god, you are just creating it out of nothing. There's nothing going on. I mean, really, I expect games sometimes to do weird things, and these are not even really weird things. Your sound was up a little loud, the zombie was closer than you expected, and the game didn't pause before he went to bed. That sounds so friggin' weird. Oh my. There was the ritual I performed. Then the zombie jump scare was actually frightening, which, yeah, so what? And you haven't told us about the ritual you performed. Then I got hungry in real life when my avatar got hungry. And now the game refuses to pause. So I think he just thought, add more things to the plot, add more little things, just add as many things as I possibly can and it'll be scary. As unsettling as these things are, oh, that is the correct word to use, unsettling, because unsettling definitely captures the feel when the pause button, or the pause didn't, or the game didn't pause when he tried to go to sleep, or oh, he was hungry at the same time his character was hungry in the game. Guys, this is weird. This is fucking weird. The ritual had a placebo effect, which made me think the jump scare was worse than it really was. I was hungry all along, but didn't notice until the game mentioned food. And now the game won't pause, but then it is in pre-alpha, so there are bound to be bugs. So why are you telling us all this? I don't understand. So you just figured out what was going on. Why the story should be end. Okay. I was just getting tired and letting my mind play tricks on me. Yeah, sure. Tell yourself what you want. All I need to do is turn the game off and go to sleep. With no comma. But as I placed the mouse over the X, I wondered, if my worst case scenario is true, and I have to share a fate with my character, then what happens if I turn the game off? I mean, yeah, sure. Let's figure something else to be scared about. Commas, and then he has a colon in there. I don't really know why he needs that. Maybe a semicolon, and then I get rid of a comma. I don't know, whatever. Okay, so now he's speculating that the game is his life aside of the game. So now that he's freaking out about something that's not even really happening, by this point I was shaking, so I minimized Project Zomboid and started writing this document to calm myself down. It only helped a little. What? So it's past and present tense in the same sentence. Because he's writing this, apparently he's writing this document as it's happening, but I don't even know how to describe it. It's so weird how he set this up. So he's writing, it only helped a little, even though I'm writing it now and should be using present tense. Sure. You're writing the document now, but in the future, after the first few paragraphs, which is exactly where you are right now. Right now is what he should say, no, this is weird. I noticed something that had been nagging at the back of my mind the whole time. That zombie has been banging on my front door this whole time. Well, way to figure out you're gonna die in the game, and probably in real life now, because the ritual, which you won't tell us about, had some placebo effect. I checked the door's health. 2/5! Exclamation point. Don't colon and then make that a sentence. First of all, that doesn't make any sense. You gotta explain it. I rushed into the kitchen and stuffed my face, since I needed a full stomach for what I was planning. Wait. In the game? Okay, yeah. I then popped an antidepressant and checked the door, I assume, and again, colon with a 1/5 exclamation point. No, stop that. And then that helped clear up what I was like, who? You, the character? Or I had been in this situation and survived before. You've been in this exact situation. I'm sure what he means is the game. Inside the game, he's been in this situation, but just I. He past, present tense, just saying he has I all over here. I mean, it's hard not to see only the letter I. Just all through this. Okay, I knew what to do. Because you're doing it so well right now. The door broke down as 3 zombies stumbled into the house. I hugged one wall. Hugging a wall I don't think is going to help in this situation. Trying to get them far to one side of the hall. And then I used the open space on the other side of the hall to dart out the front door. You are so good at this game. He's good at describing this game. On the sidewalk, I became panicked again as I saw about 10 more of them to my right. They hadn't noticed me, but I was going to wait for that. I wasn't going to wait for that. Okay, I was like, why would you wait? Okay, I wasn't going to wait for that. I rushed to the left. I ran all the way. Stop saying dude. I ran all the way to the end of the block, looking for any place where I could hide. All the doors on all the houses were locked, as if the random number generator was toying with me. Yeah, sure. As I continued to run, I was sweating and even gasping, with lots of commas. Zombies dotted the streets, reaching out to me as I charged through the sparsest parts of the crowd. Okay? My legs began to cramp as my character slowed down and was out of breath. I think I started to smell something horrible, like a mix of decay and blood as I gave the game all my attention. Again, you aren't really explaining who is smelling what and whose legs are hurting and who's doing what. My and I are the same thing. I mean, I don't know if you're talking about your character or your actual self. I'm going to assume here he meant in real life he smelt a mix of decay and blood, which, how would you know it's decay and blood? You probably wouldn't know. You've never smelled decay and mixed with blood. Maybe you smell blood, it smells irony or tastes irony or just smells like nothing. I don't know. Sounds like you don't know what you're talking about. It just makes it sound like that. And the next sentence starts with an I again. I really needed to stand up. Sitting in this tense position was causing me to get sore. As I passed one zombie, which I guess he didn't stand up, I was forced to take my hand off the mouse as a sting of pain shot up from my hand. I didn't realize how hard I had been holding the mouse. What is going on in this story? He's psyched himself out, and now he's playing the game so tense he's hurting his own body. This guy's got some major problems other than the game right now. Limply shaking my hand while trying to ease up on the mouse, I finally saw an unlocked building. So he still hasn't stood up yet. I charged straight inside to the house as far as I could. Up to the second floor bedroom, forgetting to check for zombies anywhere inside. At least the zombie spawning algorithm was finally having mercy on me. Okay, yeah, sure. Exhausted from all the running and panicking, I finally went to sleep. I woke up at noon and looked out the window to find my zombie pursuers had not followed me to this new house. So, exhausted from all the running and panicking, I finally went to sleep. Gets still no paragraph. And he still hasn't stood up. So I don't know what he's doing. The fridge was filled with chicken and salmon. Oh. He just goes to the fridge. One cupboard had a fire axe, and there was even a shotgun, but no ammo. And there's lots of commas in this sentence. God damn. I was finally starting to get back into the swing of this game and safe enough to continue writing this. Sure, dude. Whatever you feel like. I suddenly felt a drop in the pit of my stomach. Well, yeah, okay. A status icon popped up in the corner with a slightly green, frowning face. Rolling over it with the mouse, it read, Queasy. Reluctantly, I opened my health screen. The right hand on my outline was dimly flashing red. I scrolled over it. It said, right hand scratched. Okay. I'm still a skeptic, mind you. Everything that has been happening to me has had a reasonable explanation. Skeptic or mystic, it won't be long now until I find out whether or not I'm right. Is that it? Seriously? Oh my god, that's it. So, this was a pretty short story, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little analysis in here. I'd like to do these as often as I can, and it's nice that I can do a short one now and again. Actually, as much as I possibly can. The first thing is, this story has no reason to be told. Absolutely none. He has a reasonable explanation for everything that happens. Which is literally him sitting down and playing a video game and suffering from what I believe to be anxiety because he's just tense, and when he starts playing the game and he gets scared by the zombie, then he just starts kind of mentally charging himself up for more scares, and I mean it works, I guess, but there's nothing that really inherently is scary in this story. I mean nothing. I mean the zombie jump scare is pretty much the only thing. I mean, he doesn't do anything. Nothing happens. He's never in danger. His right hand hurts a little bit, and I guess that's why he talked about the right hand being scratched. Ooh, oh yeah, okay, sure, whatever. Although he never said it was hitting the game. You know, he would have said something about the being hit. I mean, right? I mean, he explained so many other things in game that's happening on the screen. As he walks by this zombie, he says his right hand hurts. Well, he never says anything about his character being hit, which I assume he saw the animation on the screen, or the sound, or his health going down, or anything. And he doesn't mention it, but he mentions all the other things that happen in the game that coincide with real life that he believes is happening. So, we have a game where he already has an explanation for everything. and everything that happens to him in real life, he just speculates. No, it's happening with the game. I don't know. But one of the other big problems is that he does some kind of ritual, and he still never explains it. I mean, at the beginning of the story, it says, let's go back here a little bit. Since I don't believe in the supernatural, I saw no harm in trying it out. Okay, cool. And then, for reasons that will be obvious later, I won't tell you what the ritual was. What reason was it? Are you trying to tell us that you don't want us to be infected by the ritual? I guess. But he doesn't even say that. For reasons that will be obvious later. Your story ends at literally the worst cliffhanger ever. There's nothing going on, but you speculate there might be something going on. But he's not. I don't know. It's a very weird story. He grammatically, sure, I guess. I mean, it's pretty short read. This was like a paper in the first year of college. I mean, in master courses, I remember having to write like 20 to 30 page stories, and then reviewing someone else's story, and then reading it out loud in class, and then going over it with everyone. I mean, those you had like 2 weeks to do. You had 2 weeks to write a 20 to 30 page story, and you were expected to write something that was extremely coherent. And this is high school, middle school type stuff. I mean, he didn't have very much going on. Nothing really happened. He's got regular mistakes all over the place. A lot of common misuse. And like I said, there was just no point for the story. It was like nothing happened. Huh. Okay, well, all right. So again, the author, it's his work. This is my critique. I always enjoy reading these stories. I have a good time. And I try and be silly. I think sometimes when I'm silly, I sound harsh, like really mean, and I want everyone to know that I am not being mean to that person. Whatever, so you can't write very well, or you didn't write this very well. Maybe you didn't take your time. Maybe you just wanted to write it real quick. Maybe it's even a troll, which I don't see anywhere that says it's troll pasta. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm here to critically look at it, and I'm also here to make people laugh a little bit when it's obvious things are silly. And the author should try again. The author should try again and maybe finish the story or rewrite this and add more to the story. So again, thank you everyone for listening to me read this story. I hope to keep doing a bunch of these. Let me know if you have any ideas for any creepypastas. If you write one, if you want to write one, whatever, send them to me, link me. I'll do as many as I possibly can. Let me know, and we'll get it done. Thanks, guys. Bye.